Introduction. The shadow in the forest extended. In the darkest corners of the internet, a faceless figure was born. He is tall, impossibly tall. His body stretched like a shadow pulled too thin. With the night, no eyes, no mouth, no expression. Just a blank pale mask where a human face should be. And from his back sprout arms, endless arms. Limbs that twist, stretch, and vanish into the trees like serpents in the dark. They call him the Slender Man. At first, he was nothing more than a story. A trick of imagination. A creepypasta created for an internet contest. Something meant to entertain, disturb, and be forgotten. But something happened. The story spread like wildfire. People began whispering about sightings in forests, abandoned buildings, and school playgrounds. Children claimed they dreamed of him. Parents reported their kids drawing his tall, faceless figure over and over again. What began as a piece of digital fiction slowly took on the weight of folklore, like an ancient myth reborn in the age of technology. And then came the stories that no one could laugh off. Reports of children going missing, of strange figures seen at the edge of the woods, of minds unraveling under his influence. The question is unavoidable. Is Slender Man just an urban legend, a ghost born from pixels and fear? Or has fiction bled into reality, giving shape to something far darker than the internet ever imagined? Chapter 1 asks the origin of a nightmare. The Slender Man wasn't born from folklore centuries ago, nor from ancient myth. He was created on the internet in 2009, inside a forum called Something Awful. A simple contest asked users to edit ordinary photographs into something paranormal. Among dozens of entries, one image instantly stood out. A tall, impossibly thin man in a black suit, faceless, looming silently in the background of a group of children. What should have remained just an eerie Photoshop quickly transformed into something far more sinister. Users began adding stories, each one darker than the last. Slender Man was described as a stalker of children, a shadow who lingered in forests, abandoned playgrounds, and lonely suburban streets. Some claimed he had tentacle-like arms that could stretch endlessly, reaching for his victims. Others said he could bend minds, driving those who saw him into paranoia, madness, or even violence. What made him so terrifying was his emptiness. No eyes, no mouth, no expression. Just the suggestion of something inhuman, something that shouldn't exist, yet feels disturbingly real. And as the story spread online, so did the sightings. People claimed to see him out of the corner of their eye, standing still, silently, watching. Chapter 2, the children who vanished soon. Parents began reporting strange stories from their children. They spoke of a tall man who followed them on their way home from school. Some said he whispered promises. Others claimed he appeared in their dreams. And then children began to disappear. In Sterling City, California, locals whispered about a faceless man in the woods after several missing child cases in the early 2010s. In Kenosha, Illinois, parents described their kids drawing eerie pictures of a tall, black-suited man right before they vanished. Even in Russia, a case in 2015 made headlines. A 12-year-old girl went missing after reportedly searching for Slender Man in the forest. She was never found. Were these coincidences? Or did an internet myth escape into reality? Chapter 3, the Wisconsin stabbing case, the most chilling and infamous real-world case linked to Slender Man, took place in 2014 in Waukesha, Wisconsin. It wasn't just a story on the internet anymore. It became a crime that shocked the entire world. Two 12-year-old girls, Anissa Weyer and Morgan Geyser, devised a horrifying plan. They lured their classmate and friend, Peyton Lutner, into the woods after a sleepover. What started as a playful day soon spiraled into a nightmare. Once deep inside the forest, away from watchful eyes, they attacked her. Peyton was stabbed 19 times, wounds so severe that some missed vital organs by mere millimeters. Somehow, against all odds, she managed to crawl out of the woods and survive. The case dominated headlines. Overnight, Slender Man was no longer dismissed as harmless creepypasta. It was seen as a figure capable of inspiring real-life violence and tragedy. Chapter 4, mass hysteria and modern sightings. After the Wisconsin case, Slender Man was no longer just an internet character. He became a cultural phenomenon. Reports of sightings began to spread like wildfire across the globe. Children whispered about seeing him at the edges of playgrounds, a tall shadow watching from the tree line. Teenagers swore they encountered him on late-night walks in the forest, describing the same faceless figure, dressed in black, with arms that stretched unnaturally long. Entire communities became gripped by fear. Some towns treated him as if he were real, a supernatural threat lurking in their woods. Online forums filled with testimonies of encounters, blurry photographs, and eerie drawings. What had begun as a piece of creepypasta had transformed into something much bigger, a living, breathing modern legend. Experts labeled it digital folklore, comparing Slender Man to ancient myths like the boogeyman. But others went went further. They argued he might be a tulpa being created by human thought and belief. According to this theory, the more people fear him, talk about him, and imagine him, the more real he becomes. And if that's true, then every whispered story, every sighting, every ritual doesn't just keep Slender Man alive. It makes him stronger. Outro: a man without a face. Slender Man was born from pixels on a screen, a product of imagination, a ghost created by the internet age. Yet today, he exists in something far more powerful than code. He lives in whispers, in shaky drawings by children, and in the nightmares of those who swear they've seen him die. So the question remains, is Slender Man nothing more than an online boogeyman? A story that spiraled out of control? Or did we summon something we can't explain? Some believe he is only a story. Others are convinced he is still out there, waiting at the edge of the forest, watching silently, stalking those who dare wander too far from safety. And maybe, just maybe, that's why his legend refuses to die, because fear itself has given him life. So the next time you're walking alone at night and you feel a strange weight behind you, as though someone is standing just out of sight, don't look back. Don't search the shadows, because some legends are more than myths. Some stories are better left unseen, and Slender Man may be closer than you think.